Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sharing Wellness Promoting Health Wednesday. Excuse the hair. I went out for a quick walk after dinner and it got caught in the rain. So remember, the information I'm sharing is for educational purposes and I'm not diagnosing, treating, or curing any disease. So tonight we're going to finish up TCM with the element metal. So maybe you will resonate as having a strong constitution leaning toward metal, even though we're a blend of all five. So the metal element is basically our ability to defend and protect ourselves. It's like our shield of armor. And when we think of the metal element, we're thinking about the immune system, because that's what our immune system does. It protects ourselves, as well as being orderly and organized. Lots of structure, lots of boundaries. It also controls the chi energy of the body. It's associated with our lungs, our large intestines, our skin, and our mucous membranes. Its colors, white. Its climate is dryness, and its time of day is 3 to 7 a.m. It loves autumn, and it likes pungent or spicy food combined with animal protein and healthy fats. Scallions, daikon radishes, ginger, garlic, peppers, wasabi, horseradish. Those are my kind of flavors. So our lungs actually act as a defense for our respiratory tract, and it takes in the chi energy that's essential for life. Oxygen to the blood, to the body. It goes in our lungs, to our heart, to our body. The large intestines is the center of our digestive tract, helping our body get rid of wastes that it doesn't need. Our skin and mucous membranes, respiratory, digestive, urinary, are part of our immune response, and they also help to regulate wastes and protect us. So metal encompasses the large intestines and the lung meridian. So when we're looking at this, lung is our yin, and yin organs produce, transform, store energy, chi, blood, body fluids, and their organs are not empty. Large intestine is yang, because yang organs are mainly responsible for digesting food and helping to transmit nutrients, and they're usually empty cavities. They're supposed to be. Once their job's done, nothing's supposed to be hanging out. And when metal's balanced, we're going to experience a balance of joy and grief. We're going to feel strong. We're going to feel organized. When metal element isn't balanced, we may feel trapped, suffocated, in shock and fear, emotionally closed and unable to express grief or sadness, and unable to let go of past old issues. So metal, again, is all about defending the body, controlling the energy of the body, and balancing the emotions without controlling them or suppressing them. It's very involved in our immune defenses. It's our mucus and our phlegm. And if you're able to stand up for yourself emotionally and physically, your boundaries, and do you get sick often? These are questions to ask yourself. So are you the type of person that's able to stand up for yourself emotionally and physically? Do you have boundaries and are clear on what your boundaries are? And do you get sick often? Those are some of the things you may identify with or can give you some guidelines as far as metal goes. Its emotions on one end are grief and sadness, and on the other end are joy. So if you have excess metal or your metal element is stressed, you may notice acute respiratory or sinus congestion, some coughing, sneezing, maybe some difficulty breathing, allergies and hay fever. Your lymph may be sluggish. You may notice some swollen lymph glands. You may get sinus headaches or earaches, and you may often notice a scratchy or sore throat. Emotionally, you're probably going to be overly neat and organized, very dogmatic and practical, very defensive, very somewhat emotionally closed, as if you're in shock or fear, feeling smothered, rigid, aloof, and unable to express the grief or sadness that you're feeling. So natural tips for a stressed or excess metal would be herbs that focus on shock and fear, because we want to open up the lungs and the respiratory system. So we're looking at herbicanta, bayberry root bark, lobelia, blue vervain, Oregon grape. And I love the Chi Machine, because the Chi Machine promotes movement of the lymphatics and circulatory system. The electroreflex energizer can help balance the main systems of the body. And E-Power gives the body energy. So some natural tips for stressed or excess metal is to focus on the excess shock and fear emotionally. So flower essence, really good, that I think of as Rescue Remedy. It contains rock rose, which gives you courage when you're facing adversity, helps you with the ability to assume control. Impatiens is another flower, and it gives you the ability to flow harmoniously with time and daily rhythm, embracing life events. Clematis, when you think of a clematis going up the vine, it makes you very awake, focused, and present. The Star of Bethlehem brings unity within yourself and gives you a sense of inner wholeness. And Cherry Plum gives you balance and equanimity despite extreme stress or adversity. So that can help you balance that shock and fear emotionally. Some essential oils that I really like for these same emotions are frankincense, which can help with despair and fear, mandarin for mental stress and trauma, blue tansy if you're hyper emotionally, rose geranium helps with fear and discontent, and ylang-ylang helps with inner coldness. Now, if you're on the opposite end and you have a deficient or weakened metal, some signs you may notice is weakness, immune weakness. You catch colds easily. You have chronic sinus or lung problems. You feel dry and have a lack of mucus. Emphysema would kind of demonstrate what TCM would consider a weakened metal. Chest tightness. Your pallor, fatigue, shortness of breath, excessive sweating. Emotionally, you're going to feel chronic grief and sadness that's been buried deep inside you. You're going to be emotionally guarded, somewhat withdrawn and insensitive, and people may take you as being kind of cold or aloof. So if you feel that you do have a deficient metal, we want to support the lungs and large intestines and strengthen them. So those herbs to support the lung and large intestines and immune system would be astragalus. That's a well-known Chinese herb to strengthen the body. We have echinacea, ginseng, mullein, and marshmallow. Again, the Qi machine to keep everything moving and your Qi flow and energy going. The ERE for reflexology, balancing the main systems of the body, and the E-Power for energy. So some natural tips for stressed or excess metal are going to be to focus on the grief and sadness emotionally. So your flower essence we're kind of going to look at are California Wild Rose, which helps you with the love for earth and life, for balancing the doing and serving of others, so you're not going to be so shut off. Herbicana, because it helps you express a wide range of emotions. Star Tulip helps you identify and listen to your inner self. Evening Primrose, ability to open emotionally and form deep, committed relationships. Pink Monkey, which integrates the heart strength and the compassion in relationships. And Golden Eardrops helps nourishment and insight from past experiences. So this gives you the ability to deal with these emotions and open up a little bit. The essential oils that I like are bergamot, which is really good if you're feeling sad and having an emotional crisis. Helichrysum, because it brings forth harmony to your emotions. Lime is very good, uplifting when you're sad, helping you with loss and grief and abandonment. And rose is just, phenomenal for balancing grief and sadness. So the Soki products that I share with other people are based on traditional Chinese medicine, and the Qi machine promotes the movement of Qi, which is essential for the metal element because that's our energy flow. It promotes relaxation through deep breathing, which benefits our lungs, which is also part of the metal element. And it promotes blood circulation and lymphatic flow because it's moving the body. The warmth from the fur heater and fur pad stimulate your metabolism and can help your body detox through perspiration. The electroreflex Energizer foot massager has massage modes to facilitate the flow and balance throughout the main systems of the body. And the e-Power serves as like a battery charger for the body, creating balance in our 8 main systems and promoting energy. So I hope that really helps you understand the metal element, and how the flow of energy is very important throughout that element. So I will see you next week on Sharing Wellness Promoting Health Wednesday. Thanks for joining.